Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from SweetStamper.com, and I'm actually a wee bit early today, which is rather unusual for me, but I have some fun things to share with you, and I just returned late Saturday from a demonstrator gathering in St. George, Utah, and I am full to overflowing with lots of ideas and designs and so many fun things. So I thought I would just get a jump on today. I will give it just a minute or two for folks to gather, but I wanted to show you the suite that I'm going to be showcasing today. Hello, Linda and Teresia. I'm glad you're here today. You know, the one thing I forgot to bring over here is that really pretty ribbon. Hang on one second. See. If I can lay my hand to it. Yeah, that's not going to happen easily. So this is the suite that I'm going to showcase. And hi, Lisa. And Stella, welcome, welcome. So I wanted to showcase this suite because I'm featuring it on my monthly Cards with a Twist class. Can I find those projects? No. I was pushing so hard to get them finished before I left for St. George, and now I can't find them. I'm in design overload in my studio. I've got so many different projects going. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to create something different with this, very different than what I'm doing in my class by mail. That gives you an extra project that you can use with this. But let me just briefly show you the beautiful paper, lots and lots of neutrals, which I always love, a lot of this crumb cake and early espresso, and we've got some, you know, they call this smoky slate, but this here is more like gray granite and a touch of petal pink, which y'all know is my absolute favorite color. So, you know, this just has so many pretty designs. Now, there is one more piece. This is literally all I have left of two pieces of that piece. So I used that on some swaps, and then I used it on a couple of projects for my class, and that is all I have. So what I'm going to show you is a couple of swaps I got at my event, and I think they will help you get some ideas on how to use this amazing suite. Now, this is actually my swap, and this is that piece of paper that I have no more of because I was using it for a swap. And one of the fun things I did here was I actually embossed it with that well-worn, I think it's time-worn, just embossing folder. This is actually one of the new elements that's coming up in our holiday catalog. So fun things there, and you'll see a lot of this, you know, petal pink, which I'm going to showcase again today. And so this is one of the swaps I got. This is from Pam McLean. Let me show you. This is a fun fold. So this is very pretty. And I like how she's put that second layer behind there. Very pretty. This is totally going off grid. This is from my friend Susie Wood. Hey, Betty, I'm glad you're here today. I'm going to be seeing you at Paper Party in a couple of weeks. This is another fun fold. And I think Susie is one of our $1 Million Achievers, if I recall. But I love this, all black and white. Very different look for this. And that's what I'm going for today, is a really different look. So this one, really pretty with that torn edge. This shows how you can stamp on this beautiful ribbon that is a part of this suite. And I just don't have it handy. And then this is really pretty too, where she's done her own background paper with that stamp. Okay. So we are going to get stamping, and we are, oopsie, going to get putting things together. So I'm opting to go with a soft shade, and that is soft seafoam. And of course I don't have a bone folder or my adhesives. So let me grab that. hopefully I've reloaded my cases. No, I have not. Ay. Candy Rattray. What am I going to do with myself? I am the queen of not putting things away. Okay, let's see. I have another one here. Yay! 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 Okay. So we have soft seafoam, and I'm going to do some random stamping on the back. I'm not going to use any of the Designer Series paper in this card. And I have to tell you, everything I've made with this so far, with this suite, I have used the Designer Series paper. I mean, it really is exquisite. Now, let me show you one of the things I try to do when I'm random stamping like this is to turn the stamp a little bit, and that way it doesn't look too matchy. So I'm going to cover the center. So just a little tone-on-tone stamping with my soft seafoam. Now we're going to do something that I don't often do on camera, and that is I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to color, and I'm going to die cut. So, you know, we're living dangerously today. So this is kind of the main image, as it were, of this stamp set. Now, I do recommend that when you have a large stamp like this, I always like to ink it up upside down. Sometimes it's hard to get into all those little crevices when you have this big stamp like that. Now, I'm going to cut this out, so I'm not too bothered about where I'm putting it. And this is just a 1/4 sheet of basic white cardstock. I am stamping it in Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm going to do several of these branches because I'm going to layer this design up. I'm going to be cutting them out with my Big Boss. And let's see how quickly. One of the reasons I don't do a lot of like in-depth coloring is this girl is always in a hurry, and I am just like not patient enough to do a whole lot of coloring. However, there are times when we really need to. So with that in mind, I am going to come along here with the dark, and I do love the fact that you can get some really cool looks with our Stampin' Blends markers, and make sure I'm in camera, yep, without spending a lot of time. So I will say our blends are the bomb. So let me get that center really dark. I'm going to come along here with the light, and I am using the brush tip on all of this. And I am purposely leaving a little bit of white space, and I find that a lot of times when you're doing flowers and leaves, that is a really effective way to get a nice look. Now, I am going to bring in, which one's the dark? There we go. I'm going to use the dark soft seafoam on the center of my leaves, and I'm using the fine tip for this work. And you can see, I mean, I'm not trying to get this perfectly straight. We're just going for it. Now, I do need to hit that ever so lightly with the stem. I don't want white stems because that would be a little bit not very natural looking. Let's see now. Let me grab a crumb cake. You may be wondering why I'm going with crumb cake, but I do want these little flower heads here. They look almost like baby's breath, but I thought a little bit of, I'm using the dark crumb cake, and I thought that would give it a little bit of contrast because I have a lot of very light colors here. Now I am going to go in with the light soft seafoam and just bring these leaves right in. Again, not being too fussed about getting everything exact. And I find that when you have a little bit of white space on your leaves and your flowers, it's almost like the sunlight is coming through and leaving some little white spots, because that's what happens when we're looking out the window or when we're in our garden and the sun is shining. So boom, very quick, you know, that came together very quickly. And I'm going to punch these out and layer them. And see how that soft sea foam really lifts everything? It's actually a beautiful, beautiful color. So let me cut these out, and then we're going to make a little arrangement. I think before I do that, I am going to do a little tone-on-tone stamping, petal pink with petal pink, and I'm going to do a happy birthday. Happy birthday and thank you and get well are probably the cards I use the most, although I have to say, unfortunately, I end up using a lot of sympathy cards, and probably just my age. You know, I think when you're in your 60s and senior life, although having said that, a lot of times I'm doing sympathy cards for people much younger than I. Okay, here we go. Big Boss is here. Let me see. Let me get to where I can see what you are seeing. I probably have my arm right in the middle of the camera, but okay, let me just, I'm on a wing and a prayer today. I'm flying here by the seat of my pants, going quickly, not finding what I needed before I started yet again. Okay. Oh yeah, we can see. Okay, here we go. Now the nice thing about having this on my quarter sheet of basic white cardstock is that I am going to grab this die and this one and run these through my Big Boss, okay? So these are actually super easy to line up. I mean, I do think over the years, you know, I've been stamping a fair few years now, and our manufacturer for our dies has really upped their game and given us dies that just, whoa, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Given us dies that really hug our stamped images so that it looks much more like we fussy cut them, but this would take me a few minutes to fussy cut and a little bit of anxiety maybe. And when I run it through my Big Boss, yeah, I don't have any of that. So here we go. And if you don't yet have the new Big Boss, I highly recommend it. I mean, it really does just cut through like butter. It's so easy to use, and I love the small footprint. I've had a lot of my customers that told me, I'm so glad I got this new machine, because a lot of us wanted to use our old, what was it called? I can't even think of the name of it now. Big Shot. Use our Big Shot until they died. And, you know, I have a Big Shot that I've had for 9 years. It's still going. So, you know, you might wait a long time for it to die. And it might seem a little bit of an extravagance to get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I affectionately call Big Boss, if you already have a die cutting machine. However, like I said, it really is just a vast improvement. So it's a great thing to get, you know, put on your wish list for your birthday or your Christmas, and let the significant people in your life know that if they are looking to do a larger gift for you, because it is a larger gift, it's $120. It would be, actually it's $125, because you can actually do it with a starter kit. So, you know, the Stampin' Up! Starter kit, you choose $125 of anything you want, And you only pay $99 plus tax. Shipping is free. So it's an incredible, incredible savings. So that's another way to get your new die cutting machine, is just to join the Stampin' Up! Family. I mean, just do it. Just go for it. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to put this like so. We're going to do a little arranging here. And let's grab some, oh, these are minis, and I need some big dimensionals. Let's see. Here we go. So I am going to pop this up on dimensionals. I'm going to put it right in the center, and then we're going to work from there. And this is really just a lot like, you know, flower arranging, which I actually really enjoy. I know some people do not, but I think like a lot of the creative things in my life, I don't get too fussed about everything being symmetrical and, you know, super perfect. I just kind of go for it. And I invariably like the way it turns out. Okay, so now this, I'm going to put a little bit of seal on, and we're going to tuck this behind. That's if I can get my, there we go, get my seal going. So let's do that. I like that a lot. And then I'm going to do another one like so. Let's tuck it. See, I like how that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I mean, this is just stamps, ink, and paper. Now, mind you, I've done die cuts, but I think it's pretty awesome. Now, I do think that I need a little wink of Stella. And I do have room right here strategically for my, and I'm just going to do the flower. I'm not going to do the rest of it because I want the flower to really, really be my focal image. Here we go. I like to keep a pair of these long bladed scissors in my studio just for this type of thing. Now, I'm not trying to get it exact. I want it to have that handmade look. So I'm just letting my blade make it pretty, you know, pretty straight, not too bothered. Now, where did those little, I had those mini, right in front of me, of these mini dimensionals, and that is going to pop up. So now I've taken this suite that's, when you look at the suite in the catalog, it's pretty heavy on the crumb cake and the early espresso. It really has kind of a toile look to a lot of designs, and I just brightened it up a lot just by using that soft seafoam. Now, the other thing I wanted to use, this is the embellishment that you get with my card class this month. And I love these. This is the, no, that doesn't look good there. So these are the elegant faceted gems. And I like these a lot because they come in 3 colors. You get clear, you get white frosted, and you get these petal pink. So I am just going to kind of go to town with these, and I'm going to use 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I like that. And then, last but not least, I'm going to bring this same stamp that we random stamped on the front, and we're going to bring that to the inside. So we have managed to make a really different look. And really, the method and the madness there is just to show you the incredible versatility of this suite. Well, everybody's gone really quiet. Okay, nobody's talking while I'm stamping. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I had a number of projects to share with you, swaps to share, and you see that petal pink is weighing very heavily into these designs, and that's partly because it's part of the suite. And I used it today, but I brightened it up a lot. Instead of going with neutrals, I went with soft seafoam. And I think soft seafoam is a bit of an unsung hero because it is a very pale, very, very pale green. And if you're not, if you don't have that in your stash yet, I would recommend that you add it. And I used the petal, not the petal pink, the soft seafoam in my regular ink as well as my blends markers. So that is it. I will have this up on my blog, hopefully by the end of the day or tomorrow. And I sure appreciate you tuning in. I will put the link on the to my card class by mail. So my card class by mail uses this Cottage Rose stamp set this month, and I've got 8 awesome designs for you. All of your class by mail comes prepped, ready to go with 8 beautiful cards using this one single stamp set. So if you don't have the stamp set, you could probably use, you could maybe sub out a different floral stamp set that you have. But I do think this is really a special one to have. I love the greetings. I love the fact that you have a not really a get well soon, but a feel better, which I think is really nice. You have a friendship. You're positively the greatest. A happy birthday. It's going to be fab. Best wishes. Excellent, excellent greetings, which is something I always look for when I'm doing my, my monthly class by mail. I'm doing 8 cards. So I want to have greetings that will really go with a lot of occasions in your life. So that is kind of one of the main things I look for when I'm doing that class. And you do get a half a pack of that gorgeous paper. You do get a full pack of these, and you get a Wink of Stella, because I used Wink of Stella on every single card I did for my Cards with a Twist monthly class. So be sure to check that out. I will put the link on here, and I sure thank you for tuning in. I will be back here on Thursday for Simple and Stepped Up Stamping. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.